It was supposed to be a quiet night. Mark Grayson, a simple researcher and engineer from Earth, had been stationed on a remote interplanetary outpost on the fringes of human territory for nearly 6 months. The station was small, quiet, and isolated, perfect for someone like Mark who preferred solitude and the occasional dose of galactic tranquility. His work was routine, analyzing alien materials, experimenting with new technologies, and cataloging rare celestial phenomena. It wasn't glamorous, but it was the life he'd chosen. One evening, however, something happened that would shatter the monotony and lead him down a path he never expected. Mark had just finished a late-night shift in the lab when the station's emergency alarm blared. The sound cut through the stillness of the station, sending a jolt of panic through Mark's body. It wasn't a sound he had grown used to. It was reserved for serious malfunctions, unexpected visitors, or worse, space threats. He rushed toward the main control room, his boots echoing in the otherwise silent corridors. The door slid open with a hiss, revealing the station's director, Clara, standing by the communication console. She looked unusually tense, her brow furrowed as she spoke into a secure channel. "It's coming in hot, Mark," she said when she saw him. "A ship. Looks like it's not from any registered human fleet. We're going to need to secure the perimeter." Before Mark could respond, an image appeared on the monitor. An alien craft, sleek and mysterious, hovering just outside the station's atmosphere. Its design was unlike anything he had seen before. Smooth, flowing curves, dark shimmering metal, and pulsating lights that seemed to breathe. It was both intimidating and beautiful. Clara turned to him. "I don't know who they are, but they're coming in fast. Get to the airlock." Mark's heart raced as he sprinted to the designated docking area, arriving just as the alien vessel touched down in the docking bay. The hatch on the side of the craft opened, and a strange figure emerged. It was a woman, tall, lithe, and with skin that shimmered in various shades of teal and silver. Her eyes glowed with an unnatural light, and her dark, flowing hair moved as if caught in an invisible wind. She wore a form-fitting suit, adorned with patterns and symbols that Mark couldn't understand. Despite her otherworldly appearance, there was something undeniably captivating about her. As she stepped forward, she said something in a language Mark couldn't decipher. Her voice was melodic, almost hypnotic. She was holding a strange device in her hands, but Mark could tell from her posture that she wasn't here to attack. The communication system on the station buzzed, and Mark quickly activated the translator function. The alien woman's words, now in English, came through clearly. "I come in peace," she said. "I need refuge." Mark hesitated. "Refuge? From what?" Clara quickly stepped forward, attempting to offer assistance, but Mark couldn't take his eyes off the alien woman. Something about her presence was calming. "We have an emergency protocol for situations like this," Clara said, her voice firm. "I'll need to verify your identity and your intentions." The alien woman nodded, but instead of waiting, she moved toward Mark with a look in her eyes that seemed almost pleading. "I am Zyra of the Nabari Confederacy," she said softly. "I have no other place to go. I seek sanctuary." Mark stepped forward. "We'll do our best to help, but we need to secure you in a safe room first." Zyra nodded, but then did something unexpected. She reached out and gently touched Mark's arm, her fingers cool but soft. "Please," she whispered, her voice almost a purr. "I have traveled for so long, and I am exhausted. I do not wish to be alone. I wish to share your warmth. Will you allow me to rest by your side?" Mark froze, his mind racing. He had never encountered an alien species before, let alone one as beautiful and enigmatic as Zyra. He had imagined these kinds of encounters only in science fiction books, but here it was right in front of him. He didn't know how to respond. This wasn't an invasion. She wasn't attacking him. And yet the request was so direct, so intimate. His first instinct was to offer her a blanket, a gesture of kindness, but then he realized this wasn't just a simple request. Mark stammered, unsure of what to say. I can get you a blanket if you need to rest. Zyra's expression softened, her glowing eyes locking with his. A blanket will not be enough, human, she said with a subtle, teasing smile. I do not want just warmth. I want connection. I wish to feel close, to share the comfort of another being. Your company would be much more pleasing. Mark's heart pounded as he realized what she was asking. She didn't just want a blanket. She wanted his presence, his companionship, something more than what a simple gesture of hospitality could offer. Before he could speak, Zyra stepped closer to him, her hand reaching out once more, this time brushing lightly against his cheek. The coolness of her touch sent a shiver down his spine. Her voice was soft and seductive, yet filled with a strange, unearthly sincerity. You will accept me, will you not? She asked, her eyes glowing even brighter now. I'm not accustomed to being denied. Your warmth, your touch, it calls to me. Mark was at a loss for words. He had never been in a situation like this, and his mind raced with uncertainty. But there was something undeniably magnetic about her, something he couldn't resist. As Zyra leaned in closer, her breath cool against his skin, Mark finally made a choice. I guess. I can share my bed with you, but only until you're feeling better. All right. Zyra's smile grew wider, her eyes glowing brighter as she stepped into his embrace. Thank you, human. I promise you will not regret it. That night, as they lay in the warmth of Mark's bed, Zyra's presence was both calming and electrifying. She told him stories of her people, of distant stars, and of the vast, endless universe she had traveled across. Mark found himself growing more and more captivated by her, her otherworldly beauty, her intelligence, and her charm. As the hours passed, Mark realized that this unexpected encounter with an alien had changed something inside him. He had been seeking quiet, solitude, and peace, but in sharing his warmth with Zyra, he had discovered something deeper, a connection that went beyond physical touch, a bond that transcended species and understanding. And for the first time in his life, Mark felt like he had found something that was truly out of this world.